たいんだけど耳かゆすぎてさ、やばいんだけど。ストレージラグです。なんか聞くか。ちょっと待って、なんかすごすぎないかいかんでも。下から聞いていくかもなんか。ちょっと待って、なんか耳かゆいからさ。
Huey's probably mentioned this, but just to be clear, there's a limit to the parts we can produce here at Mother Base. Therefore, I've built Zeke's AI using memory boards you pulled from other AI weapons.
Will that work?
In the human brain, individual functions are spread across multiple regions. The same is true of AI. Multiple parts sharing the same function interlink to strengthen that function. For example, the more sensor memory boards you have, the greater Zeke's search and detect capabilities will be. Install more movement boards, and you'll increase its mobility.
Meaning the AI's capabilities change depending on how much memory we give it?
Exactly. The more boards you install, the more powerful a function will be.
You know, that ID card I got from Huey wouldn't let me into the lab.
Of course not. I deactivated it.
Why?
As though I'd let him into my lab.
Oh, you don't seem to care for him much, even though you two are in the same field.
Oh, please. For starters, I can't stand that wishy-washy attitude of his. If he's got something to say to me, he should be a man and come say it in person, not write some furtive letter.
But if his card doesn't work, how's he supposed to—
And another thing. The way he always demeans himself. Every other sentence begins with, I could be wrong, but... Why can't he just do what he does and be confident about it?
Well, there was the thing about his dissertation being plagiarized.
The real problem is he doesn't have a whit of independence in him. In Costa Rica, and even back at NASA, he was always following people around, asking if there was some way he could help. Why doesn't he stop his whining, take a stand, and face up to me?
I think I know how he feels.
And to top it all off, he seems to enjoy referring to himself by that nickname I gave him. I simply don't get it. How can he be so submissive?
So, Huey was a nickname you gave him.
That's right. I took it from the name of a drone in the science fiction film Silent Running.
Drone?
It's a type of worker robot. The way he follows people, just waiting for them to boss him around, is so similar. I couldn't help myself. Oh, it's an American film directed by Douglas Trumbull, the man who did the special effects for 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Imagine that. A scientist who likes science fiction.
And that's not all.
There's more.
He's a man.
Hang on. I seem to remember you saying he should be more of a man.
Yes. Well, he is an awfully good scientist. Without his reptile pod, my mammal pod wouldn't function. Just as the cerebrum can't exist without the cerebellum and the brainstem. He did a fine job of designing it. I'll give him that.
Huh. That sounded suspiciously like praise.
It's merely an objective observation. I like people who possess the will to move forward. I have no time for those who refuse to take control of their lives. Until he does, my opinion remains the same.
So, you and Cecile seem to be enjoying yourselves back at that lab.
What are you insinuating? I only kept her because I didn't want our secret to be known.
And the personal baths? You could have left her in there alone and locked the door from the outside.
Yes, well, she seemed anxious, so I...
Now, why would she be anxious?
She was beautiful. I was only admiring her beauty.
She was terrified.
I never meant her any harm. She knew that. I know she did.
But she felt like she was in enough danger to run away.
No matter what I did, if Coltman found her, she would have been... You're right. The truth is, I wanted to save her. But not if it meant forestalling the completion of Mammal.
So you made it easy for her to escape?
Do you really think I am that soft? I'll admit security wasn't exactly tight. It wouldn't have been difficult for her to escape from the building.
Seemed like she had a rougher time after she got out.
At any rate, I never did anything to her to deserve any blame. Is that clear?
Okay. I believe you.
ちょっと待てよ。一回途中中断してしまったので、もう一回ちゃんと聞こう。
So, you and Cecile seem to be enjoying yourselves back at that lab.
What are you insinuating? I only kept her because I didn't want our secret to be known.
And the personal baths. You could have left her in there alone and locked the door from the outside.
Yes, well, she seemed anxious, so I...
Now, why would she be anxious?
She was beautiful. I was only admiring her beauty.
She was terrified.
I never meant her any harm. She knew that. I know she did.
But she felt like she was in enough danger to run away.
No matter what I did, if Coltman found her, she would have been... You're right. The truth is, I wanted to save her. But not if it meant forestalling the completion of Mammal.
So you made it easy for her to escape?
Do you really think I am that soft? I'll admit security wasn't exactly tight. It wouldn't have been difficult for her to escape from the building.
Seemed like she had a rougher time after she got out.
At any rate, I never did anything to her to deserve any blame. Is that clear?
Okay. I believe you. Strangelove. Is that a code name?
No, just a nickname. Don't tell me you don't recognize it. From Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove? Or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb? It's a film that came out in 1964. A dark comedy about the absurdity of nuclear deterrence.
You were in a movie?
No, stupid. I got my nickname because of that movie.
Why? Because you look like the doctor in the movie?
No, that Dr. Strangelove was a man.
So?
Back when I was at ARPA, I kept a photo of the boss on my desk. I was totally engrossed in my research and showed no interest in the opposite sex. Plus, I had a photo of a woman on my desk. The fools around me turned it into a cruel taunt, calling me Strangelove. Even for a bunch of shut-ins who never went out to the cinema, that title seemed to ring true with them. Anyhow, in their eyes, homosexuality was something strange. They were incapable of seeing things outside the lens of their own standards. Being strange means you have your own unique point of view. I rather considered it an honor.
So, you were with ARPA before you came here, huh?
Yes, back then it was really the only place I could make a living from my AI research.
And before that?
I started out at NASA. That's where I met her.
When Boss went into space?
Yes. It was that incident that turned me away from aerospace engineering. Space is entirely too hazardous a place for human beings. That was why I felt an immediate need to develop AI. As it turned out, rockets later became much safer, and mankind reached the surface of the moon. In any event, it was a hollow Cold War victory. When you get down to it, a nuclear missile is just a rocket with a nuclear warhead strapped to it. Thus, taking the initiative in the space race was tantamount to a military show of force.
But the budgetary strain was too big for Washington or Moscow to handle.
Yes, and then there was the Cuban Missile Crisis and the Vietnam War, and then came détente. Having leapt ahead of the Soviet Union with its moon landing, America shut down the Apollo program in '72. It was around then that ARPA was downsized and renamed DARPA, the D standing for Defense. With few prospects for continuing my AI research, Coltman's invitation was a godsend. It was also a chance to have them collect data on her.
The end result being this mess.
But we did learn something valuable from her. The nobility of peace.
Why'd you agree to come here, to Mother Base?
You intrigued me.
Me? Hold on. You're not planning on modeling your next AI after me.
Not a bad idea, but I have no intention of ever again attempting to transplant human thought into machines.
Oh, That's a relief.
You are the man who inherited the boss's will. You're gathering people around you, even now, shaping them, building a new organization. I'd like to see how it turns out.
You're not planning to go back to AI research?
I never said such a thing. Of course my work will continue.
Here?
In my eyes, the growth of MSF as an organization is analogous to the development of the nervous system. The way you become intertwined, stimulate each other, branch out in new directions. It's really quite inspirational.
Interesting way to put it.
Of course, I intend to repay you for your hospitality. The fruits of my research will be at your disposal. Why not assign me to the R&D team? I promise you won't be disappointed.
まあちょっとずつね聞きながら、まああとこれとこれだけだから、すごいな。まあこれとこれ聞いたら、まずはサブミッションやりながらラジオを全部聞いていこうか。ただミラーのやつも残ってんのか。まあいいや、一回サブミッションいきますか。まあ特にこれ持ち物これでいいよね。まあサイドミッションもね本当に全部やろうと思ったらキリがないから、まあ今ラジオを聞きながらある程度進めたらあとはもうメインミッションを終わらせよう。ほんとシャレならんな。ボリュームがさすごすぎて終わる気配がないんだよねこのままじゃ。ピースボーカーねえでもヘルメットかぶってないな。よしヘルメットかぶってなければこっちのもんだ。勝ったものを選択だ。どっかに敵潜んでる可能性もある。
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
操作性は本当にいいよね。ピースストレスが全くない。むしろ4よりいいかもしれない。ピース直感的に動かせるから。
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
4結構硬いよね。キャラクターの動きがあんま滑らかじゃないっていうか。見える見える。スナイパーとかいるかもしかしてこれ。いやもう一人いる。もう一人いるなあそこ。
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
スナイパーいると思うんだよね。このエリアって。絶対もう一体いると思うな。じゃあいけないから。一人。 危ね。こっちはいけないもん。全く敵の気配ないけど。全く敵の気配ないな。囚人とかもどっかにいるかもしれないな。全く敵の気配ない。怪しいな、逆に。なんでここに敵いないんだろう。
Enemies close by!
だ
Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
Understood. Dispatching
待
reinforcements
っ
now.
てそうその言うとは思わなかったよマジで。嘘だろ。マジで予想外だわ。あそこに敵っているんだ。絶対いないと思ってたな。マジで。
What is it?
スモークだな。
What was that? Get up! Enemies close by!
大丈夫。やば。予想外すぎるわ。あそこに敵がいるかも。ああいう高台から敵が来てるんだと思って。あれ
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
今までなかったからね、そういうのね。こういう場所に敵いるんだ。ちょっとこれは予想外すぎた。やばいな、急がなきゃ。予想外すぎるわ。ちょっと急がなきゃこれ間に合わないな。あった。あと2個。あとじゃあ4個もあんのかよ。大丈夫かな、これ間に合わないんじゃないかも。ちょっとこれ上から先行った方がいいな。あったあったあったあった。これ違うし。待って、これまずさ、まずこいつ回収して、あとどうしよう。てかもうこれ
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
いいじゃねっていう気がしてきた。絶対俺途中どこ逃
What was
し
that?
てるでしょ。
I think I see someone.
絶対途中なんか俺逃してるパターンだよね。
Enemies close! Freeze!
さらにこっち行くの。時間やばいし。いや、明らかにどこにもないんだけど。えなんかできるし。いやいやいや、ない。明らかにどこにもないですけど。あったあったあった。いや、あと3つもあんの。あと3つもあんの。嘘でしょ。絶対ないよこれ。ここにはもうないな。全部見たもんね。上も見たし、こっちも見たし。ちょっともう一回だけ最後に見とくか。ちょっとこのミッション無理かも。てかサイドミッションもやらなくていいんだ。やらなくていいのに無理してやろうとすっからこういうことになるんで。何よ。メインミッションあと本当に終わらせて、ピースウォーカーも本当に終わりっていう風にしないと他のソフトが絶対終わらないもんな、このペースじゃ。いや完全にもう逃してるし。ないよどこに。もう悔しいな。これなんていうミッションだ。やっぱりな、サイドミッションやらなくていいんだよ、本当に。こういうなんかややこしいのはもうやらなくていいな、時間かかるようなやつ。ダメだ、もうこれ、今から戻ってももう間に合わねえわ。いや、やめた。ちょっと時間がもうもったいないから、こういうミッションはもうやらなくていいよってことで。サイドミッションはもうほんといいな、やんなくて。メインミッションをまず終わらせよう。まあ時間にもっと余裕があればね、やりたいところだけど、まあでも時間がないからいいね。まあ、こういうのはまあすぐ終わりそうだから、こういうなんかややこしいのもやらなくていいってことだ。要するにちょっとじゃあラジオ聞きますか、また続き。もうこれ言ってみっか。Neutralize all enemy。あ、でもノンデイサル。まあいいや。
Let's get this mission started. Complete the mission.
ドンパチやろう。ドンパチやりますか。バトルスーツ着てる。
Combat.
なんか武器チャフぐらいね。対人だと思う。対人だよね。ソルジャーだもんね。ソルジャーだから弾あんまないんだ、この武器。ショットこれ使ってみるか、せっかく作ったし。こんなもんでいきますか。なんか一個くらい聞いてく、頑張って。これはまず終わらせないことにはさ、メインミッション進められないんだよね。あと残るのミラーとストレンジラブか。あ、でもいいや、ちょっとまず一個 時間かかりそうなサイドミッションはもうやらないで、とにかくラジオを全部聞くっていうことを目標にしていこう。さっきの場所じゃん。さっきの吉ドンパチ行くか。ちょっとウッドが荒らすじゃん。完全に
Enemies close by!
タイムペナルティやんのこれ。そのタイムペナルティじゃないですか。
Molten recovery helicopter is complete.
バレるとこれ時間減るの？バレると時間減るんだこれ。なんかあるし。
Molten recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
N37？ マジでちゃんと探索すればそういうものが手に入る。まあでもね、別にいろんな武器とか使いたかったらピースウォーカーやるより5やった方がいいもんな。5もまだ終わってないからな。あの上にいるやつの方が厄介なんだよ。どうやって押すかな、上にいるやつ。ライフル持ってこなかったよ。
What is it? Shots fired!
さあ来いや。ドンパチやってやるぜ。
The enemy's attacking! Going to alert status!
Understood. Maintain heightened alert.
意外と使いやすいね、このマシンが。
Molten recovery helicopter is complete.
This is patrol. All clear.
Understood. Stay vigilant.
The enemy's attacking!
精度があんま良くないな、これって。
What's wrong?
精度があんま良くないんだな。
What's going on over there?
使いやすいっちゃ使いやすいな。さあ、誰でもかかってこいよ。さっきの恨みを晴らす。これでいいのかな。これでいいのかな。全員倒さないのでしょう、兵士を。
Shots fired!
やばいな、これ。あ、オッケー。二人だけがまだいるね。普通にいけるんだね、これ。打ってもバレないんだね、音で。もっと敵にバレるかなと思ったけど。死んじゃった。あれ、でも全員倒したのかな。まだいる。まだいいのかな。でもマシンが使えるね。普通に強いよ。あ、なんかスタンクレね、なんかいっぱい手に入る。いろんなやつが。まあでもな、ピースウォーカーでこういう時間をかけるんだったら正直5に時間かけたいよね、もうちょっとっていうところはあるよね。いるしもいける。これ使ってみようか。ちょっとショットガン使ってみよう。一発。さすがショットガンじゃないですか。
Head for the recovery zone. We'll pick you up there.
ショットガンいいね。まあでもね、
I knew you could do it. Piece of cake, right?
ピースウォーカーやり込むんだったら5やるよね。 5の方がグラフィックも綺麗だし。ってことで、まあ、ピースオーカーは、まず残りのラジオを全部聞いて、あとメインミッションを全て終わらせる。じゃあ頑張ってラジオ聞きますか、残りの。
Package for you, boss.
What?
Yeah, looks like a cassette tape. Don't worry, it's clean. No trace of explosives or anything. Return address just says Eva.
Eva?
Someone you know?
An old acquaintance.
Oh, the plot thickens. Tidings from an old flame?
Don't start, Kaz. Anyway, I'll check it out later.
Okay, just don't go running off after this chick. We can't afford for you to be distracted right now.
まさかのエヴァさんから来てる。そろそろ行きますか。行かせっか。よし、もう行かせていいな、これ。これだな。大丈夫かな。なんか早速もう一瞬で壊れそう。この乗り物。頑張ってきてくれみんな。ラジオを頑張って聞くか、今から。で、あとはもうちょっと今日は終わりでいいかな、一回。いけるところまでちょっと頑張ってラジオ聞いて。ちょっと、いけるところまでラジオ聞いて、あともう無理だなと思う、限界だなと思ったら今日はもう寝ます。バイトあるしね。これはいいんやな。大 で終わった感じじゃないか。もう大体終わったね。よし。実はこれ行くついでにちょっとまだやらないけど。
Snake, Zadornov has escaped custody. Find him.
ちょっとブレーキングテープを聞きたいので。さあ、エヴァからなんか届いてる。何もないんだ、こっちは。エヴァからなんか来てる。あ、ほんとだ、来てる。となんか次から次へとテープが増えてって終わりが見えないんだけど、どうしましょうね。これは特にも変わってないか。テープの数が尋常じゃないんだけど。これなんかまず聞いていくか。
By the way, Kaz, who do you think's our queen bee?
Good question. I was thinking maybe Paz.
I was thinking Strangelove.
Well, I can see that. Or maybe Cecile.
On second thought, I might go with Amanda.
How about this, Snake? We'll have an army of queen bees.
Sure. Why not?
ってことはこのアマンダとかセシーラとかさ、全員死んだってことだよね。グラウンドゼロのサイファーの襲撃で。かわいそう。
You know, Snake, you're right. As long as we're soldiers without borders, we're going to be a target. We need our own deterrent.
Yeah, we're going to be stepping into a lot of different conflicts as we roam the world, each one unique, and with its own set of geography, ideologies, and politics. If we're going to intervene in those kinds of situations, we need the threat of a Metal Gear.
Unless we want to end up like Che Guevara did in Bolivia.
Well said. Our army without borders doesn't have a land to call home. We're nomads, wanderers. What we need now is a sheepdog to guard our flock.
Right.
Maybe it's not the way the boss would have gone about it, but there are places in this world that need us, and soldiers that need MSF. And as long as we're needed, we'll keep on moving. Ours is a journey that never ends. We're the real Peace Walkers.
Can you believe the CIA and KGB were actually in cahoots?
Never thought I'd see that at the station chief level. But I'd heard stories of operatives in the field being on friendly terms.
Seriously?
Most espionage takes place in political hotspots, as you'd expect. But there aren't that many of those kinds of places, especially in a small country. Hang around long enough, and you're bound to run into fellow spies, like it or not. You start saying hello, and soon enough you're eating dinner together.
Strange bedfellows, huh?
Well, I don't know about that. At any rate, this kind of fiasco is what happens when spies get too familiar. Hard to believe, but some people will betray anyone and anything if it suits their interests.
The strength of human is in its appeal to human emotions, but its weakness is in its susceptibility to those same emotions. That's why the tide in the intelligence world is shifting towards SIGINT, a network of cold, digital data, where feelings are irrelevant.
ちょっと一回終わりだな。多分もう時間がもう時間だから。だよね、さすがにちょっともう終わりですね、今日は一回ね。いやー、頑張ってラジオ聞いて、あとメインミッションやって終わりかな、ピースウォーカーは。サイドミッションはもういいね。やらなくて。いやー、もう本当にもうだってもう6月でしょ。ちょうど今日6月1日で6月7月あと2ヶ月ちょっとでちょっとねピースウォーカーはもうこれ以上時間かけてられないのであとね残りラジオも多分全部聞いて1時間半くらいかな終わらせてあとは、メインミッション残りのチャプター5を全て終わらせてそしたら終わりだねピースウォーカーはねで、まあ、サイドクエストは全部終わらせられないけど、まあ、もし全てのソフトを